everybody! I'm Fiera Luna, and I play games on the internet. If you're new here, thanks for stopping by, and if you've been here before, welcome back. Today, we're playing Animal Crossing, as usual. And then we will play Mask of the Rose. As we normally do. Anyway, hi Val, hi Rice, hello everybody! One moment. Okay. Ah, yes, I said to myself. Surely spicy ramen is exactly the thing to have before stream, I said to myself. I'll be fine, I said to myself. It's fine, I said to me. Oh, what do we got? Ooh, campsite. It's really good ramen. I made the broth myself mostly. But I used some of the spicy sauce from a Buldak packet. You know the guys. The spicy boys! Oh! Oh! Lily, don't be intimidated by choosing for... You'll be fine. That's a shamrock door plate. This is from Wardell for all the paradise planning we've been doing. Tissue box. This is from Lily. Comedian's outfit. Oh, Lily. You know just what to get me, baby. Flop. Okay, chat, I'm on a quest. I'm on a quest to get every single cherry blossom recipe when cherry blossom viewing comes around. And it's pretty shortly, because cherry blossom viewing is about the same time as we assassinate Julius Caesar every year. Wait, why did I come in here? And I love assassinating Caesar. I'm eating Buldak right now! Yay! I use the Buldak noodles, the flakes, and a little tiny bit of the packet. But I like to make my own broth. Because I learned how to do it, and you can just... There's no law. You can just do that. You can just decide. Sasha, you're doing a thing? What are you doing a think about, honey? Better not be leaving. Okay. Oh, I tried to come up with one for us, but my idea thing in my head isn't working. Baby. What do we got? What are we giving? What's Sasha gonna greet us with? What's my baby boy gonna greet us with? So it's time for New Vegas? I love New Vegas. Wow. Yellow. Yellow, and then a little smiley emote. I want to put cat face. Perfect. How are you pronouncing that, sweetie? It's got a real good mouthfeel. Sounds good to me. Now, I could have sworn that I heard... Excuse me, strange frog, I don't know. But it might be just the waterfalls. It's just the waterfalls. Excuse me, strange frog. And strange horse. You're all in my way. This isn't where I need it. This isn't... Come on. Rosie wants a room. I think that's Rosie back there. Dell doing a little dance. Oh, Colton, I would feel bad not talking to you. Lily! No, Colton, you cannot. Lily! Lily's saying smart because she's friends with the mouse, with Petrie. I'm so glad we have Petrie, by the by. Hi, Colton. Bye, Colton. I'm busy. Oh, a blue candle. And a blue shopping basket. Oh, boy. I'll take it. I'll also take this blue shopping basket. Now I need to very quickly check something, boys. Wait, no. Oh, these are all new. Oh yeah, I'm also looking for the mermaid pieces because Mint's been helping me out, but I just have not been diving for anything. Now, stack of shopping baskets I think is something that I can have, but I don't remember if it's crafted. It is. I need 5 shopping baskets. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. Okay. Thanks, boys. Okay, so yeah, swapping builds is super quick. You just hit the equipment tab and then boom, done. So what I want to do is make a little open air market over here because I have a shop shelf. And that's why I need these shopping baskets. Oh, she's really cute. I have a shopping cart. I have these little shopping baskets. I have the merchandise tables, and I think I have like a short regular shop shelf. And so I think I can make a pretty good open air market here. And I want to make it match sort of like what I've got going on over here. Also, I learned you can put stuff on top of this. So I'm going to, but not right now. Oh, it's Wisp! But I want to decorate. Briarwood is so cool. Just coming down the stairs, buddy! Felicity! I've never seen you before. I just watched Wisp walk down the stairs behind the clothing store. Back up. I'm confused. Confused. To the hotel with ya! Me. I'm sorry, her catchphrase is me, and Val, you know exactly what I thought of. You want to know how I got these scars, Batman? Yup. I will set up a VIP. Oh, they're so cute. They'd be so easy to crochet, and even their mouth fits my crochet style really good. Ah, Felicity, you're adorable. You're what a cute cat. Yules? I want to pick a theme for this one. I think what she needs... I think what she needs is like a chill, like... nice, chill, cool room. But like a real, like, quote-unquote, a real room. I think she needs a cafe terrace. Let's go, Felicity. This should not take me long, because I still want to handle Wisp. We'll see how she goes. Let's make it different than the last cafe terrace I made. We'll need a busing station. We'll need a stall. We'll need that and that. I want the menu chalkboard for this one. I also want this to be bigger. Yeah. I need, that. No, that's what I need. But I need that as an accent wall. Because what I actually need... oh boy. There's a frozen foods wall? I guess that makes sense. Appreciate that there is. Fun. But none of those are the wall I'm looking for. That wasn't it either, but I like it. You know what? I like that one. Yeah, there we go. Oh, no, maybe I do. Yeah, that looks better. Okay. Oh, and I'll need all those flower planters as well. Oh, and there's a mat I need. There it is. Maybe? Unless there's a better one. There might be. I guess I could do the streets out of brick. No. Oh, okay, there. That's the road. Ahem. Huh. Yeah, that'll do. And then that there. Oh, actually, we want the trash can on the way out. Where's the... well... Hmm... Yeah, okay, that'll do. Hmm. Okay, I need another... Oh, I think I need another stall, actually. So that I can put the coffee thingy on it. Oh, wait, no. I need, do I need that? I need milk. It'll be in here somewheres. Milk with glasses. Oh, or these mug shelves. Yeah. Oh! No, that's fine. Oh, there's a little cream thingy there. Never mind. Okay, we're good. We're good. The mug shelves can stay with that. And then... I need a place to put the checkout counter. Which I usually want to put on a check stand. You know what? I've decided we don't need a cash register for this cafe. It's beautiful how it is. Hmm. Okay. Now comes the hard part. The part where I'm going to find out if I can do what I was going to do, or if I have to do this in the Katamari style. And I'm willing to do this in the Katamari style. Pod. Beautiful. For you see, this is the road. Oh, I guess it's a one-way street now. Can it be a one-way street with parking? Not the way I've constructed it. Technically, you could park there, but you shouldn't. I guess I could get it a... guess I could make it a Vespa street. Street for Vespas. Which would make it really funny to have this luxury car going along. Yes. Yes, that's perfect, actually. That makes me feel feelings. I like the bright yellow Vespa. Oh, there's stickers! Oh, I can't place that there. That light Vespa, that light blue Vespa is familiar to me. What color was the Vespa in Luca? Fear, I think. You can't just... that can't be your solution. Okay, so the only thing is I have to leave the door clear, so there's no traffic here. There's gonna be a crosswalk. I think I can still get through there. Yeah, this looks like a street that people are on. Never mind that the Vespas are kickstanding. Kickstood, if you will. What does it want for wall decor? Anything? No, not really. Nope. It's beautiful. I wish I could put that into the table, but I can't. Because, like, this stuff would all fit fine if I could push the chairs into the table. Ah, but it's fine. I like it. Don't want anything on the ceiling. Nah. Oh, it's a dark street. Actually, I kind of want to go turning all the lights on the cars. Beautiful. Beautiful. Oh, I know! I know what I can do! I have exactly what I need for this. Just not... It's wall deco. But these will match what I'm doing. Yeah! Oh, Chad, it's a nice little nighttime cafe. It will also take KK Bassa. It's a nice little nighttime cafe. I feel like the fact that the wall is daylight is a little awkward, but, like, other than that, I like it. Because I don't really have a lot of nighttime walls. I mean, I've got the starry sky, but that doesn't really gel with what I'm doing here, so... Beautiful. All done. So this is what a VIP room looks like. I've made it. I've finally made it. There's no bed in here. Chat, there's no bed in here. She's gonna have to sleep in that car. Usually when I make rooms, I try to make them have things that you would need in them. I don't want any of that. Okay. Hey, wait, I have that. Don't I have a crafting recipe for those but stacked? That could be really good for an open air market too. A weed. There's a visitor! Right, there's a visitor in the campsite, and Wisp is also here. Let's see who our campsite visitor is. It could be anyone. Huh. Who are you? My friends call me Ace. Ace? I do not need a rival. Sorry, buddy. Lily continues to guard the Master Sword for me, and the Triforce, technically. She just does it all. A weed. She's the hero the people need. Oh, there you are. Yeah, I'm definitely a ghost, and not you. Totes, buddy. Uh-huh. Okay, bye. Let's go get your pieces. Oh. Oh, I can see that one. I just plain ol' missed. I was like, apparently I was like, bye. Hi, Sprinkle. Let's check Sasha's yard for weeds. Oh, Sasha's just out here exercising right in front of the cake. In front of his salad. Oh. Bottle. Petrie's not home right now. I thought most of the wisp pieces went off this way. Oh. Oh wait, what was in that bottle? I know how to make a wooden chair. How can this be, chat? I'm too powerful. I do still need to check the Able Sisters shop. I also have to clean that area up. That is a sturgeon. He sees it. Sees that too. I even caught it. Oh, someone's crafting. But who could it be? Hi Maxwell, welcome in. Oh, you'll never guess who's working on a submarine. This is the inside of Bruce's house. Oh, I do know. Yes. Right! My villagers will be making bamboo recipes right now. I have all of the whirring contraptions I need. And significantly more watchful and persuasive because I just went to Wilmot's End and started asking around about a lady. And for similar reasons, I have all of the strong back labor I need. Because I went to Wilmot's End and started asking around Ladybud a lot. And now I'm definitely not stealing diamonds. Definitely not stealing any diamonds. I would never steal anything in Fallen London. I am, in fact, actually stealing the Laws of Secession in Arbor. But because that's an Elder Continent place, it's not even technically real. So I can't be stealing. Oh, hey, Red's here! I better go see about that, too. I'm not stealing diamonds. I will be paid in diamonds. When I hand over the Laws of Secession. Sorry, succession. Secession is a different thing, but you know what I mean. So I'm not stealing diamonds at all. Fake. Do I have that one? Because I think that one's always real. Let's learn. No, this will be wall hanging. I don't know what the name of that painting is. Oh, I have the real Mona Lisa. More accurately, I do not know the name of that painting in the context of Animal Crossing. I don't. Whatever it is, I don't have it. Oh yeah, mysterious painting it is. I think this one's always real. I'm buying it anyway. Wait. I feel like I've seen this somewhere before. No, that's the real thing. I have seen this somewhere before. But that is real. Thanks, Red. What's over here? Skis? Something you want to tell me, my man? I kind of like that stool also. You know what? I don't think I have enough money to pay you with. I can't. I can't, buddy. How about this stool, though? Red! I don't have any money, buddy. But if you'll excuse me, I can get money. I can make money happen. It's a pretty well... They're all really well known. It's just, I know that painting and I cannot place the name of it. Because I've seen it before. Because it's the painting that's on all the covers of the, not the planets, but the other one. The other set of classical tunes. Oh. I know these ones too. I've played these. Chat, in case you don't know, I play flute. I'm a classical flautist. I play flute. And I like it, and I'm real good at it, even though I'm tiny. Oh. Bug. Bug. I keep thinking it's some Gustav. I keep being like, ah, yes, Gustav Doré, that guy. Ah, well, it'll be in my museum tomorrow anyway. Wait a minute. Can you do those? If you. Ah! I did not know they did that. I did not know you could take glitter out of them. Oh! Many things have glitter shaken out of them. Wisp! Where's the rest of your body? Well, it's not back here. Ooh, chat. Sometimes they just put music in front of me and I make it happen. And everyone goes, oh boy, hooray, music. And I go, yeah! Yes. Del, what are we thinking about? Why are we down in the dumps? You got a glass holder with a candle? Oh, I sure do. Yeah, okay, sure. Yeah, sold. I don't remember how much I bought it for. It was like 200 bells. They're literally in the shop, Del. You didn't have to do this. Oh yeah, you still call me headliner. I forgot. Anyway, if we're gonna let somebody go, because I'm thinking about villagers moving again. If we're gonna let somebody go, it's almost certainly going to have to be Del, because I have duplicate. I have a duplicate personality type there, and I need a jock. Who are my villagers? Oh no, I've forgotten. Okay. Sasha and Zucker are lazy. And Del and Bruce are grumpy. And Colton is smug. Colton can't leave because he's smug, and also I like him. And Sasha and Zucker are never leaving. So Bruce or Del need to go. And move on with their lives. Aurora, Lily. I have all the types of girl villagers. I have a pop star. I have, normal. And Aurora and Lily. Fuchsia is sisterly and Petrie is snooty. So I have all the girl villagers. I just need a single jock. Ace is a jock, but I also don't want him to move in. We could let Aurora go. That's true too. I'm not sold on Aurora. Oh, alright, chat. Chat would cry if she left, so we'll be sold on Aurora. Wisp! It's literally one singular piece. I literally only had to complain, apparently. Chat, I promise you I do know what the word literally means. I'm just getting back to my roots. Did you know, chat, since I'm thinking about it, I will remember to run to Wisp this whole time. Did you know, chat, since I'm thinking about it, that there was a time when literally meant the opposite of what it means today? When it meant like how figuratively does. So, in ye olden days, we love ye olden days. In ye olden days, literally used to mean as happens in books. Oh no, I don't have enough money. Well, I will. Boys! And what they meant by as happens in books is, like, fake. Because books were the entertainment thing. I'll keep that for mint. Something like if you had said, oh, I'm trying to think of a good way to put it. I guess it'd be kind of like if you said video gamely. But eventually, as books became more and more associated with, like, factual knowledge, like textbooks instead of fiction books, literally started to mean literally as in like literal, the way that we know it now. Which I think is neat. Ta-da! I do love furniture. You know what, Wisp? Bring me something expensive. Yeah. A long bathtub. I have one of those, but that's okay. Bye, Wisp! Now we wave my magic wand. And we remove the wetsuit. And we go see what the Able Sisters have. Ha! Little newsboy cap. I'm never going to wear it, but it does exist. And I'll tell you right now that these Paperboy caps, specifically in this color right here, make me think that I need to just carry around a shillelagh. I don't know what it is. Those caps just make me go, ah yes, Ireland. I think I own that sailor shirt, actually. Oh, we could be very 70s. That said, this is 70s man fashion. Very 70s indeed. Oh, with the socks. I know I just got through saying I need more bottoms. None of these spark joy, though. You know what, chat? Hey, Fier, they got the eye patch today. They do. I think I already own the eye patch. My baby boy. That is the correct eye, though. That's the one Andre's missing. Everything comes back to my Blorbos eventually. They're good boys. This is also true. Yes. Okay, I was doing something. It was important. I remember what I was doing, chat. Bury it in the hole. Beautiful. A railway man lay dying with his people by his side. His family were crying, knelt in prayer before he died. But above his bed, just awaiting for the dead, was the devil with a twinkle in his eye. Oh, I did miss it. Also, Spanish Train may be stuck in my head, chat. Just maybe. That's a yellow pansy bag. Do I need to plant more flowers around? No. Am I going to plant more flowers around? Yes. What is people by his side? Gonna harvest a little bamboo while I'm at it. Because normally young spring bamboo is seasonal. It only comes out of the trees like right now. Oopsie doodle. Funk. Ah! I think that's where that lives. Close enough. Maybe it lived up one. Oh, well, it lives there now. This is a convenient rock. This is an extremely convenient rock. Not who I was talking about, but also true. Ha! Sorry, Val. I'm blurbo-brained constantly and forever. It's the wrong eye for Flint. Flint isn't missing his right eye, but you probably shouldn't look at what is there. It's not good for you. And given Alright. Given his name is Flint Brimstone, you can guess why. It's a tape deck for group stretching. What are we gonna do? We're gonna stretch. But first we hydrate as chat demands. Chat, we might even finish Mask of the Rose tonight for a second time. Oh yeah. If we do, I will go back to playing Animal Crossing. And then I'll figure out what we're doing next week. I am aware of my surroundings. I kind of don't want to let Bruce go because he was on Mint's Island. Every time. Okay. I've given you all your body break. It once again did not register me jumping at all. But that's okay. It does that. Huh. What? Okay. Where'd I put it? There I put it. Okay. Now we do all the things. You guys can't see the game yet. I know that you can't. Ooh, chat, Rain World's like $9. Canadians, so whatever that is for Americans. In case that's a thing you like. Okay. Let's go. Hop. Hop. Okay. Oh yes, I think I was presenting this case to Harjeet. Wait, no, I made notes. Nope. There was something I wanted to do and I didn't write it down, chat. But we did ask about Tulchi. I think we have everything we need. Right? I paid my rent. I got somebody to look after Phoebe. I got all of Theophilus' stuff done. Yeah, okay. Oh, and it must be morning, because it looks like it's morning. Do I have anything in the grab bag? Do I remember any history? Anything at all? Oh, nope, I don't. I'm all done with history. Nothing there. I'm out of other memories. I struggle to recall them, and they just float away again. Nah, we'll leave it like this. I'm a scholar. I'm a scholar at heart. Where am I going? What am I doing? Let's take a look. I don't want to bother Harjeet is the thing. I want to know where he's going, though. Okay, let's see where Harjeet's going. I know I need to present the theory of the murder, but I'm really curious. If this ruins me, I'm gonna have to do this again. I'll need a disguise and to look like I fit in at the docks. I should change. Oh, I have nothing here. Never mind. We're not doing that. Well... Okay. I got 7 coins. And Ferret's got stuff. I'm fine. Good Yule, sir. I hope you're keeping healthy. I recount the newspaper story. Wealthy patrons have received their first orders of goods from the surface, including a lot of crickets for farming. Etc. The usual stuff. Ah, people are having a hard time adjusting to the new order of things. Not me, though. Easier to see in the dark. Consider a more positive view of change and evolution. Express relief that London's old ways are gone. Ooh, TBH. Let's see. Andre, the thing with Andre is that he is nobility. He's just bad at it. So I feel like there's a very large part of him that's like, good. Stayed gone. I wish they'd stayed gone. There's a good deal left behind that I don't miss. Chance to change our way of doing things, if you ask me. Ferret nods along and even finishes a few sentences of my sentences for me. Even if you're not looking for immediate eradication, maybe you're in the market for a cage. I got all sizes. I could do you something for birds, bats, crickets. Ask whether there's a lot of market for cricket cages. I know there is, I just said. Do you sell many cricket cages? Yeah, more than I did before the fall. Crickets can be eaten, apparently. Recoil! My boy. I'm gonna level with you. I know exactly what Andre would be thinking when told crickets can be eaten. His thought process goes like this. Oh. Renfield. Of course. People can just do that. I forgot. Renfield was human. That's still gross. Well, I hope they have fun. Followed by... Actually, no. It would start with, crickets can be eaten. Yeah, by reptiles. Oh no, by people. Ew. That's sad. That's sad. Perhaps with wild honey in the manner of John the Baptist. I can't say I'm an expert in Mr. the Baptist's victuals. A disguise! It isn't anything to do with rats or spiders, but Ferret clearly indulges in a range of additional commerce when the opportunity presents itself. It'll keep the rain off your head and make the constables think you're someone else. At a distance, anyhow. You'll pay a fair price. I'll give you 2 pennies for that red wig. That's a fair price. That's a good choice, that is. Found it under the bed of a certain individual when I was going after the creatures down there. Asked him if it was his, and he turned bright red and said no. So I said I'd do him the kindness of disposing of it for him. Clean enough, though. Good if you want to go around the neighborhood and not look like yourself. Wearing this, I look and feel much less like myself. Implausible stories come readily to mind, and close friends fail to recognize me. Ferret, I also need something to blend in the docks. I'm gonna overpay a little bit. I don't need these pennies anymore. I'll give you 2 pennies for that sailor shirt. Well now, might have taken 1, but they say generosity always does come back to you. Not sure if it's true, sir, but I owe you one now. Brings all the merits of sailors, contempt for landlubbers and toffs, solidarity with one's own, and a rich vocabulary of insult and mockery. Last thing he's got is a prisoner's garb. I'll give you a penny for that prison jacket. Don't look like it's worth more. They haul out the prison jacket. It ain't a particular flattering garment, but mind the stains. But it's got long sleeves, so it's warmer than nothing, eh? I can be criminal. By the by, if you do fancy a bit of a visit now and then and warm your hands at the furnace, you're always welcome. No need to have official business before you drop in. Always happy to tell you what's what in the vermin business. And it might be that you can tell me a thing or two about your work if you've the mind. Accept and plan to befriend Ferret. I'm playing with the most insufferable duo right now. Save me. Oh, what are you doing? Oh? I'd like that. We'll see what comes of this then, shall we? I'm glad Ferret also says by the by. At this point, I go back to Horatius. Okay. Okay. We can do this. We can do this. We can become mysterious. We're gonna be mysterious. Look at us in our little sailor suit, our red hair in our sailor suit. How's Andre tucking all his hair under there? I'm very impressed. He has such bonkers long hair. Like, my boy is pretty. But he is your typical long-haired anime swordsman. That's not true. He's the Japan painted Catholicism on this for an aesthetic kind of kid. Looks like he rolled around in the Edwardian era and stood up and whatever stuck to him he wore. Love his little ruffle sleeves. But not like that ruffly. Honestly, the thing he wears in the modern day. Oh, is it dinner time already? I must have been partway through the day. Cleaning up. When the meal's over, I give Horatia a hand cleaning up, as you do. We're friends now, because I'm not a monster. On straight to bed. Harjeet will tell me when it's close anyway, won't he? He will. It's probably close. I get to the morning newspaper after Grizz is done with it. The headlines today read, Pallid Playwright's latest piece proscribed, indicted as infernal indoctrination. It continues in that vein. Threnodies of Belgrave aggravate audience, arouses anarchy. I love anarchy. Boop. Boop. This'll do nicely. Harjeet won't recognize me at a distance, and I look like I belong on the docks. I consider what impression this will make. It doesn't matter. Okay, we're gonna try this, chat. I follow Harjeet at a distance for some time. He's not looking behind him, and he doesn't notice me. Now he leaves the street and walks through a ruined building. A shortcut, perhaps, but there's no light inside. I'll follow him. Andre can see. I wait until he is some distance in and follow. His footsteps sound before me, and something else sounds too. A sound like scuttling in the dark. If Harjeet is not losing his nerve, then neither am I. I am standing now in the full dark of the ruined building. Harjeet is ahead of me, and I can see his silhouette. He is standing stock still, and in his hand is something. Not a knife or a gun. From here it looks like a large ring, more than a hand's breadth in diameter. As I stand there watching, he spins it around his finger and throws it. There's a clang of metal striking stone, but he must have hit his target because the scuttling is silenced. He stands there listening. Nothing moves. I hold still. Then he bends, collects the ring, and wipes the edge of it with a kerchief. I wait until he's gone out into the street before I follow him. Finally, Harjeet stops. He's found what he is looking for. He knocks 3 times on the door. A woman comes out to speak to him. Any word? It would be a man about my age, a couple of years younger. I can't hear her answer, but I can guess what she says from his replies. No one who's lost his memory or been injured so that he can't speak. Yes, I'm sure he was in London. We lived together until the fall. I see. Thank you. Send to me if you do hear anything. The door closes and Harjeet stands looking at it for several moments. Then he speaks to no one, alone in the dark. Why did you bring me here, Lucian? Judging by the clock, I can afford another errand today. Oh, man! Val, you know this. The rest of you might not, because I don't know if I've talked about it enough. My OC, my boy, who I am playing as today, his father's name is Luciano. I'm so glad. He'd be having the weirdest jump scare. For a split second, he'd be like, what? What'd you say about my dad? Okay, what else can we do now? Okay, let's get out of the disguise. Going back to being academic. Save me. Can't save you from that duo. I only have 2 pennies. I can present my theory of the murder. There's probably people I can take census with, but I don't want to. I can bring Badachikin to Mr. Pages and get that going. But, like, it's so close to basically the end of the game. I'm gonna bring Badachikin to meet Mr. Pages. Actually, no. I lied. I'm not going to do that. I'm gonna go present my theory of the murder. I might even have everything I need. It doesn't matter much what I'm wearing for this particular task, and if I bring Harjeet a case that can't be brought to trial, he'll tell me that quickly, so I can get something else done today. Otherwise, telling him might lead straight away to an arrest. I'm good with this. You're looking well. Yeah. The plays being put on in the West End are causing no small uproar. Yeah, true. It is interesting to observe the English aristocracy in their native habitat. From prior experience, I believe I can fill in what the newspapers only allude to. Express disappointment in the elevated classes. Yay. We need the best of us to set a tone. To behave in a way that inspires everyone else. Harjeet hears me out, but it's plain this question doesn't matter to him as much as it does to me. Don't mind me. The conversation turns to the behavior of the animals, which is even more peculiar and alarming. Okay, I think I got a good theory going. I believe I know what happened and why. I lay out the whole story as I've reconstructed it, complete with means and motives. And what you're bringing me, you're sure of it? After I've taken this to my superiors, I won't be able to retract it. If you change your mind later, it will be too late. What's my current story? Right, this one. Arsenical candles made by the air itself poisonous. Milton explained that murder in the Neath need not be permanent. Phoebe made arsenical candles, and Milton marked them with a sign that made them burn longer and more potently. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I am correct. And I did everything with Milton to hopefully... He said he would hang for it if I did this. I'm sure. Get a good night of sleep. Do whatever else you mean to do. Tomorrow the case will be heard. Oh! Right. Yes, that makes sense. It's almost time to eat. That tracks. I don't know how I feel about this. Hi, Kiki! Welcome in! We're finishing up another run of Mask of the Rose. Which is going significantly faster than I expected. I cannot come along to the trial. If you can't bring Archie home afterwards, well, come and tell me immediately. I want to send him something in prison for his last meal, if it is his last meal. You know what I should play, chat? I should play Sunless Sea. I haven't played Sunless Sea in ages. You guys can meet the ephemeral captain. So everyone in Fallen London usually has like a 2-word title. Or at least a lot of the folks do. They don't have names. They just have that 2-word title. The Mercurial Scholar, they've got that. The Traitor Empress. There is, of course, his amused lordship. It's all stuff like that. It's very, very in fashion. Very, very in vogue. And so when I was making something for Sunless Sea, because I was like, well, I need a reason for my captain to be going out, because it's a roguelite. I need a reason for my captain to be going out, about, and around. And then I hit upon it. The ephemeral captain is, the spirit of adventure. The Valentine Archivist. That tracks. That would track. I would perhaps go with the Red Archivist on account of the correspondence. Or the Rose Archivist, also on account of the Mask of the Roses. Being the replacement for Valentine's. Oh yeah, and of course the Merry Gentleman. The Merry Gentleman comes along, and he's the manager of the Royal Beth. He's a definitely normal guy who's totally fine and normal. I gave him a stone tentacle key today because I'm working on my heart's desire, which is to play in the Marvelous. I gave him a stone tentacle key, and for a second he was not okay. Or he was very okay. You know what? It's complicated. I'm not really sure how to explain what happened there, but he took it. And he said he can't be trusted with it, and I understand I can't be trusted with many things. Dinner's a very quiet affair from there. We're not doing any of that. We'd only have 2 or 3 more days anyway. Yeah, because the trial is normally on 305. We're due in court this morning. Oh, I hope this works out. Otherwise, I have to play through this again. I better change my clothes. Bunk. Disguise. No. Court! We're going to court, chat. To the Old Bailey. Before the fall, any prisoner in all of England might be brought here for trial. Lately, it's been closed for renovation. For some reason.
Quiet, quiet, order! Sit down. I am unhappily aware that most of you have forgotten how to conduct yourselves in a courtroom.
Reminds me, Fier, have you attended to matters of identity in your lodgings? Pff, not recently. I think. Yeah, not recently. I probably should at some point. Yeah, I don't know how to conduct myself in a courtroom, sir.
If in fact you ever knew.
I do! I've played a lot of Phoenix Wright. I know exactly how to conduct myself in a courtroom. In fact, I've watched a great deal of Legal. Listen, I know stay out of the well of the court or the bailiff will tackle you. I know this. That's an important thing to remember. The bailiff will tackle you. It's great. I'm 4 centimeters tall. I can't be tackled so easily.
For those of you new to Her Majesty's justice, you find yourselves in the freshly repaired Old Bailey. Apparently, we're to count ourselves fortunate that it is in good enough condition for us to even meet here. We are gathered here to try Mr. Archibald Reed, Miss Phoebe Riley, and Mr. Milton on the charge of murdering Mr. David Landau.
The jury looks, just at the moment, inclined towards the prosecution.
We also find ourselves able to welcome the murder victim among us. He is unusually hale for one in his position. Mr. Landau, if you would.
Where are his glasses? They keep appearing and disappearing. David Landau has glasses. He has pince-nez. Where are they? I know they're annoying and they hurt to wear, however. Especially if you don't have a nose for them to pince onto. Which I don't. I know what you guys are thinking. Fier, your glasses don't have arms on them. Doesn't that make them pince-nez? Well, you see, I am an octopus. And, you know how you can take, like, a curved thing and put water, and then you can stick it to things that are kind of wettish, and the water tension will hold it there? Like, if you wet the back of a suction cup, it sticks better? It's like that. That's how that's how you put them. That's how they're on there. They're obviously not stuck to my actual eyes, but, like, that's how they're put on.
We will rely on him for evidence to lend a certain moral tone, to the proceedings. I have often found that a murder trial devolves into chaos and a carnival atmosphere. But I am certain that all that was formerly lacking was the presence of the victim. Mr. Landau, if you could look a bit more martyred, that would be ideal.
Sorry. Fallen London out here being excellent satire. Can you imagine? Lamau.
We must now turn matters over to our prosecuting barrister.
Wait, is that the ambitious barrister? Like, she's got a wig on, but is that the ambitious barrister? The one who helped me become a person of some importance? Wild. A small correction, my lord. Though Mr. Reed is required to be present due to his original arrest, the prosecution has concluded that the fault lies elsewhere, and Mr. Reed was not, as we first thought, a co-conspirator.
I see. Members of the jury, please consider that Mr. Archibald Reed is innocent in this matter.
David looks as though it is a social embarrassment to be found alive after his murder. The barrister makes David recount the tale of his death.
So far, it's much as I've heard before, laying out the question of opportunities and visits to the deceased's bedchamber.
I'm going to pay attention anyway.
The critical question appears to be, Mr. Landau, who had the opportunity to poison you? You were ill and were alone most of the day before you died? I was. But you saw a few people. My housekeeper, Phoebe Riley, came to see to the candles, and Mr. Reed, who was attending me as a doctor. Mr. Reed came and gave me a dose of medicine.
Was it the first time Mr. Reed attended you?
No, he had been treating me for some days.
But you had not recovered?
Not entirely, but his treatments had reduced my pain.
We are being respectful. I do not stir in my seat. The others in the room share the same solemn excitement. And those were the only people who entered your room?
Yes, my sister was in the house, though I think she did not come into the room. I sometimes could hear voices outside. I believe her friend, Mr. Milton, was present that day, and perhaps also her dressmaker, Ivy Fitzclary.
And none of them sent you messages, gifts, or food? Perhaps carried to you by your housekeeper?
No.
In fact, you and Milton were not on friendly terms.
I distrusted his reasons for visiting my sister.
And he was aware of your disapproval?
Rachel was aware of it. She may have told him.
So he may have regarded you as an impediment to plans of his own. Or simply disliked you as heartily as you dislike him.
It's possible.
Thank you, Mr. Landau. Miss Rachel Landau.
My brother died in October, a few weeks after Yom Kippur. He had been suffering considerably from pain in the stomach, and he had been receiving treatment from Dr. Reed.
Oh, chat, in case you're wondering, that's in approximately the beginning of September is when Yom Kippur is, usually. The beginning or middle of September is usually about when it falls. It's a lunar calendar thing, so it moves around like how Easter and Ramadan and Eid do. Just scoots all over the place. Oh, and Lunar New Year, of course. Just scoots all over the place. Hey, ceaseless mods, turn your gaze upon this wretched bot. It's great. Because you never know when it's going to be. That's not true, you do. I'm going to pay attention anyway.
When you say Dr. Reed, Miss Landau? I beg your pardon. Mr. Reed is not a physician, but he was in training.
Very good. Continue.
On the day of his death, only 2 people went into David's room. One was Phoebe, to light candles so that he could see his books and distract himself a little. The other was Mr. Reed, who administered a drug to him and departed. No more than a few minutes after Mr. Reed left, Phoebe and I heard crashing from David's room. We went inside and found he had undergone convulsions and fallen from the bed.
I've been besties with Rachel this whole time. Yeah, I've been nice to her this whole time. I nod to Rachel encouragingly.
And these candles, were they bought at the market? Phoebe made them herself.
What did she put into them, do you know?
I hope there is a purpose to these household hints in the courtroom.
The barrister hesitates. Yeah, there is. Encourage the barrister with a tiny nod. I give the barrister the tiniest nod.
Miss Landau, do you know what was in the candles?
I didn't inquire. Miss Landau, do you know what was in the candles? I didn't inquire. Beeswax hasn't been plentiful lately. Did you know, Miss Landau, that candles made with arsenic burn exceptionally well?
No.
No, I only learned this recently myself. Let's see whether Miss Riley was aware of it. Miss Riley, you've heard Miss Landau's account of your employer's death, is it correct? Oh no, oh no. I gotta have two accents going at the same time. Chat, Fallen London's hard because everyone should have some flavor of fun accent that you would find in England, and there are a lot of accents that you would find in England. There are like 4 that I know how to perform properly. So I needed you all to know this. That's why sometimes you hear accents from other places, because I don't know what that one is. I'm just given up and been like, close enough. A lot of people from various Canadian provinces in here. That's all. I suppose so, as far as it goes. So you went into Mr. Landau's bedroom on the day he died? There wasn't any scandal in that. We keep a respectable house and it needs cleaning. Besides, I look after the Landaus whenever they're sick, brother and sister, till it gets so bad they need a doctor. But you lit candles of your own making. They contained arsenic in the recipe, did they not? They did, but there's nothing in that. It makes them burn brighter. Hi, Demon J, welcome in. I came in and you're talking about English accents. I'm interested. Yeah, okay, so there's a lot of accents in England. I can't name all of them. England's, like, geographically, it's very small, but there's a ton of accents because it's also very old. There's also, if you go across the entire UK, there's also a ton more because you get your regional accents in all sorts of fun places like Scotland and, at least part of Ireland. But not the other part of Ireland. As a Brit, I can confirm. Exactly, right? And they're in such close geographical area sometimes. Like, true Cockney is only where you can hear the bells of that one church that I forget the name of again. That's, like, the range of it. And then you get your northern and southern accents. You've got received pronunciation, which I insist, no one speaks with received pronunciation naturally. That's something you learn. Yeah, there's tons. I know like 3, maybe 4. I cannot name them. I just, sometimes I'm like, yeah, close enough. And I can kind of get a sort of Skyrish Gale, because it's not Scottish or Irish, it's just a mess. The reason it's a mess is because I live in Nova Scotia, where we have that mess of an accent. Not everybody does, obviously. We got Cape Breton out there, and they have a sound. You will know someone from Cape Breton who's lived there all their life, because you'll hear the way they talk, and you'll be like, yeah. Anyway, I liken it kind of to... Actually, I do liken it kind of being from the Maritimes, where even in Nova Scotia, there's capers, there's folks down the shore, which have a very French, because that's where all our Acadians are. There's folks down the shore, there's people down the valley. There's the city, which has its own accent. Then there's up around Pugwash, which has its own accent, and so on. I don't remember. There's a name for the one up around Pugwash, but I don't remember what it is, and I also don't care because I don't live around Pugwash. But there's so many. Oh, it's a delight. Oh, and also, of course, you have your native accents as well on English, because, you know, of course you do. We have reserves here. It's kind of like that, where we're tiny, but compared to the rest of North America, also extremely old. Settled too long ago. Oh, and if you go very deep in some places, you will get Dutch accents instead. Dutch or German, because that's who settled the area. If you get in around, like, Lunenburg, for instance, you can hear it. It's called Lunenburg. There's 2 Newcastles that have completely different accents. Yeah, that sounds right. we got two Spring Hills. If you go from Spring Hill to Spring Hill, it's a couple of hours drive, but you'll hear different sounds as you go. I also love that. So we can always tell when folks are from the city because of how they sound, and they can always tell that we're from out in, from down the valley. No matter how hard I try to hide the sound of my accent, you can hear it in the way I say "a" in certain words. You guys have heard me say it before. Mars bar out the car. That sound of that "a," that is a problem. That is the way that it is down the valley, just all the time. Sometimes you'll hear it in words that end in "a" as well. You don't always, because I worked very hard to try and remove a lot of that accent, because it is not the most educated sounding thing on the earth. And if you go into academia, you have to sound educated so that they'll take you seriously. How do you say sorry? Depends on the situation. Obviously reading it there with an A. 9 times out of 10, that is what you'll hear. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. You'll hear it with like an A. You'll hear sorry about your Mars bar. I heard it melted. That's just the sound of it. Now, that said, that is not the sort of traditional Canadian accent that you probably hear a lot, but that accent... Oh, fun fact about that accent that you hear as the Canadian accent. That is an extremely specific accent. It is in South Central Ontario, and it is right where they border, like Michigan. So that accent is the one that Americans are exposed to the most. But it's also like not at all the sound of most of Canada. I don't know about that. That is specific to that one area. Like it's like a town and a little bit. I would not identify it as the Canadian accent. That said, what I would identify as the Canadian accent is the way that people talk in Ottawa and like Toronto and stuff. Which is very different than the way that I talk, but you know, I'm from the Maritimes. We're not meant to be understandable. We're meant to be nice people. People ask how I say Tuesday water and ain't it? Yeah. Are they expecting Tuesday? Because I feel like they're expecting Tuesday. I will say too, if anyone ever comes to visit Canada, there is a good 75-25 chance that if you have a fun accent, we will try to imitate it for you. I promise this is because we're excited to hear it. Oh, I get you. Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday, water and in it. I know that accent. I know where that accent lives. Kinda, anyway. Listen, my understanding of English accents comes from 3 things. I forgot the third thing for a second. Monty Python, as you might expect. Doctor Who, as you also would probably expect from knowing anything about me. And the third thing, which I don't think most people expect, is Coronation Street. My dad loves Coronation Street. It's probably while he's still in the depths of the sea and not up here. Just waiting for the new episode every Sunday. Yeah, I know, right? Listen, everyone knows. Everyone knows Coronation Street. Literally everybody. It's huge. It's huge here, too. My I love it. I incidentally learned so much on the subject and was like, oh, okay. Oh, it's a delight. To be fair, CBC does put it on every Sunday, so it was a good time. Coronation Street watch party when? Oh no! Oh no! What have I done? One of these days I'm gonna introduce him to All Creatures Great and Small. It's not... I don't know if it's my style, but I'll introduce it to him one of these days. That and Peaky Blinders. Anyway. Coronation Street watch party when? Oh no, there's so much of it though, we'd never get through it. It's been going since like, it started as a radio play, didn't it? I feel like it's one of those ones that started as a radio play because that's just how old it is. Peaky Blinders, yeah! I love... So as we can all tell, I love me some English science fiction, but I also love me some English drama occasionally because, okay, so I don't like American dramas. I don't like American dramas and American soap operas and stuff like that because I'm genre savvy and media literate enough and exposed enough to the culture to know exactly what's going on and where it's going and what they're doing. And I'm just like, yeah, all right, this is a dream. He's gonna trip and fall on his face. It's gonna be revealed that this is a dream and everything's fine. And he's gonna wake up and be like, oh, my evil twin. Or whatever, I don't know. Somebody's in a coma. Nobody's really dead. The only person who really died in a soap opera was JR, and we found out who shot him. I don't remember because I wasn't there for that. I was too small to know. But I understand who shot JR. That's a reference to Dallas. Have you ever watched Black Mirror? Have I? Black Mirror is hilarious. It's I do love it. It is a series made by a person who fundamentally does not understand how technology works. That is insistently trying to up the drama and up the stakes every single episode. And it gets so off the rails. And I just can't. Although, to be fair, the first episode made me giggle terribly. I can't explain much about what the first episode was about, except for the fact that there were some parallels with David Cameron. And, I can't explain that at all on stream. Just understand that I thought it was very funny that the Black Mirror episode was about that. I'm very fond of White Bear, which is not a hot take. Everybody likes White Bear. It's the one they cite as being good. Oink indeed. Yep, you get me. It's the one everybody likes. I actually really liked that episode. The pig episode. I actually really liked that because honestly, that one felt like an actually proper critique of the stuff it was critiquing. Alright, we hydrated chat demands. The murderous bumblebee drones had a similar critique as that. But it was so off the rails that it just didn't land. Like, it was so over the top and off the rails that I was like, some episodes of Black Mirror I see as the college humor parody of Black Mirror, where it's like a stage play in the ancient, like, in the medieval past, like, oh, I have become the book! And that was one of them. Alright, we hydrate as demands. Alright. We're in the middle of a trial. Oh no, this happens every time I'm playing a trial. Wait. And a big stretch. That's understandable. I did need to see Vox get utterly destroyed. It made me happy. Not that I didn't like him. I loved his villain numbers. I really needed to see him get wrecked. To just lose it like that, and that made me happy. I've been doing a presentation for the past 2 to 3 hours. Oh no! Are you good? Fier, you are insane. I am here for it. Yay! On a dress code. What? A big test after spring break and solo. You can do it, though. You're gonna be fine. It's almost 2 a.m. What are you doing at 2 a.m. giving a presentation on dress code? I know, right? It's great fun as a villain. I just wanted to crush him a lot, and I'm supposed to, so it worked. I have to present it tomorrow. Oh, okay. I thought for some reason that you were like filibuster style talking it out. And I was confused. All right. That's slightly better, but you should probably get some rest. All right, we're going to do side lunges again because I haven't done them yet today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, you know what this means, though. Even though I'm yapping about Vax. I prefer... Vox is fine, but I prefer, other TV heads. I get it. Believe in Bing Bong, he'll help you. Yeah! I'm putting the last accessories to it and then doing the last slide, and after that it's word count or something. Oh, okay. Anyway, you know what's stuck in my head now. Semi-related. But stuck in my head is, you're acting out like you want teacher's attention. Well, I'm the principal of this eternal detention. I hope you had your fun, but son, it's time to ring the bell. Ding, ding. I love that opening bit. Everyone loves that opening bit. Val, I'm gonna find you clips, because if nothing else, you would like... I love Vox Populi. I know, right? It's such a fun song. It's so excited to be here. Come on, brain. Oh, right. Val, you'd probably like some of the other... Velvet. The other V. The girl V. The one that's keeping things together and has the doll aesthetic. Harley Sawyer is a fine man. I'm sure he is. I'm sorry that I don't go there. Not because I don't want to, it's just I only have enough time in my day for some things. For those of you wondering, Harley is from Poppy Playtime. Harley Sawyer is up to shenanigans. I see we know who the man is. I see chat knows who the man is. I know. Don't worry, I know. How did we get here? Oh, I was talking about Axians. Don't you know? Forgot to be. Oh, I was talking. And the fact that I have like 4 total from all of England. I got nothing. I can't even get the one I associate with Mickey. The Tuesday and Bruv and all that. I cannot get that one. I've tried. I'll get the hang of it someday, don't you worry. We'll find vocal position and it'll all snap right into place. Anyway, where was I? I'm abnormal about that man. Yeah, it's true. It's okay. We're abnormal about a lot of people around here. Right, we were doing a trial so that David can be exonerated of doing crime. Not David, so that Archie can be exonerated of doing a crime, and we can put the right person on in the noose. Val, I read that in the I'm forced to come to AA by a judge voice. I like the prototype. Like, yeah, I read that in the I'm forced to be here by the judge. Oh, Brighter is so good. I love Brighter. I'll tell you right now, though, the way that my friends got me to watch Has-Been, even though I don't have time for anything ever, the way that my friends got me to watch Has-Been was Huji sent me Gravity. And I was like, well, now I have to. I know, right? Huji sent me Gravity, and I went, ooh. And then he went, and then he was like, reminds me of what would happen to Jacob if anything happened to Callahan. Those are my OCs of mine. And I was like, why would you do this to me? Why would you do this to me? Why would you prey upon my OC brain? I love Gravity. It's so much fun. Storm's coming, I can see the clouds. No running's gonna save you now. A hard rain is gonna fall down like gravity, like gravity. Oh, we are not prepared for that song today. Also, definitely normal neurotypical thing to do, but I have 3 drinks on my desk right now. I've got tea because I have tea. I've got a Coke for the caffeine amount, and I've got water because of course I've got water. You have to have water or you die. Especially when you are a sea creature. Totally normal neurotypical thing to do. 3 drinks. Definitely. Fated, but there's nothing in that. It makes them burn brighter. We're gonna be respectful. I keep still as before. I don't know what Has-Been song I'd want to sing, but to be fair, I haven't listened to all of them. Val, I know just the song for you. Actually, there's 2 songs that I think for you. There's oh, bear with me just a second. I'll get there. There's Don't You Forget, because I think you'd do a fine and excellent Rosie. And there's the song that, there's a song that Charlie sings, when she's trying to convince, all of Rosie's people to go do war about it, that I think you would also do very well with. Oh no. Oh no. Val knows that one. They've been compared. They've been compared before, and do not go for that. Unfortunately, and alas, yeah, no, don't worry about it. There's no way you could have known. The thing is, Val also sometimes has a moth theme when they're going around doing things on the internet. So, unfortunately, the comparison happens more than anyone would like. If I were going to compare Val to anyone, it would be Rosie or Charlie herself. Or Emily, actually. Just leading Serpentius around heaven. It's great. Anyway. Right. Emily's great. I know, right? Listen, everything comes back to music with me eventually. Hear my hope, let it echo in every song. Right. We're playing a video game, chat, and if we finish it and if we're good and we finish it, we can play a different video game. I put it to you that you were angry with your employer, and that Milton encouraged your anger. I wasn't angry with him. I put it to you that you saw an opportunity to kill David Landau through an atmospheric method that would go unnoticed. I put it to you that you made the candles more poisonous over time. I didn't change the recipe of the candles, no. I made them the same way every time. Or burn them in excess? Did you fill David Landau's bedroom with extra candles? I brought him enough to read by, as he asked. Thank you, Miss Riley. I love to be the jury for this trial, just diverting the conversation to this. Listen, no one in Fallen London knows how to act anymore. There very well could be people out there in the court, like, just heckling, just being like, when's the next execution? Like, you know how when you're ordering food in, all conversation becomes, when's the food here? Is it here yet? Do you think it's gonna be here on time? Like, we're just out here being like, do you think there's gonna be an execution today? I don't know. Did you guys see it? Have you read the latest broadsheet? I have, and it was a delight. Why this craven hellion decided he was going to take over heaven? Can you imagine? Well, I mean, London is under the ground right now. I suppose. Just like, can you imagine? This begs the question, road trip rolls. You know I must always ask this. Ooh, road trip. Well, I mean, I can drive. Technically, if I can reach the pedals and the steering wheel and see over it all at the same time, I can drive. Aquarium staff can drive. My road trip roll is sitting on aquarium staff's head. Fear I would cry if anyone but you drove. Fair. That's my road trip roll, sitting on aquarium staff's head. Val's roll is the aux cord, and sitting in the passenger seat. Because if I can't see Val, I assume I assume that I worry that they're not there. I can't see a Val. We left Val at the gas station. Okay, story time, because this whole stream is story time today. I'm gonna finish the trial someday. This whole stream is story time. So story time. Not once, not twice, but 3 times. We have been out and about on adventures, and Mint has been almost left behind. One of our other friends can drive and does, and so he's very used to hearing just 2 doors closing, because he's very used to just me and Mint being along with him to go on adventures. But all 3 times we had a 4th person in our little party of adventurers. And so he heard two doors close, and then he started to, like, tried to pull away. Mint, the third time this happened, Mint was 1 foot in the front seat, like, in the front, pull with the door still open, trying to get in. And he didn't go very far or very fast or anything, so everything was fine, but it was very funny. Mint just hopping along. Like, wait, no. Stop the car. Oh, Val, I understand. I've also been left at gas stations before. I'm 4 centimeters tall, so it's easy to forget me. One time, aquarium staff was going out for something, and I went to look at something on the counter because it was shiny and interesting. It was a lottery ticket under the glass. I didn't know that. I went to look at it, and then they left, and I was like, oh, no! I can't stay here. And then I hid with those pens that have the squishy things on the top, where you press them and their eyes come out. And I just hid in there like I was a pen that had fallen over. And then staff came back and got me. They had to pay for the pen. It was very funny. No, you're not forgettable. You're not forgettable. I can't forget a Val. You gotta be in the passenger seat so that you can control the aux cord, which isn't real anymore, but you can control it. I'd let you. I'd let you play with the screen. The car has a magic screen. Right? We were doing a thing. I forget every time. I would also like to remind the jury of what we have already heard from the formerly deceased. A number of people were in the Landau's townhouse on the day of his death, including Milton, the personage of hellish origin.
You may just say devil.
It seemed impolite.
I believe it would be impolite to call him a demon, as those are creatures of quite a different genus. But I take my knowledge of devilish etiquette from the pages of the Unexpurgated Gazette. It may be imperfect.
At any rate, this devil appears to have been a regular visitor. I call to the stand the Reverend Theophilus Withernwick. Oh boy, we got Theophilus testifying! Testify! You must understand that anytime I yell testify, I am yelling testify in the Repo the Genetic Opera fashion. As opposed to its typical fashion. And I love me some Repo. When I was super young and I went on holiday to Spain with my family, we went somewhere in taxi. Oh no, and after my parents got out, the driver assumed that was everyone, so started driving off with me still in it! Kidnapped! Yoink! That's my English child now! I propose we give Jay the stacks. Very well. Ah! Welcome in, everybody! Hi, Raiders! Hello, everyone! Hi, Crazy Nature Kitty! Hello, everybody! Welcome in! Oh no, the ad break! I have pre-rolls disabled, but wow, it was too late to stop it! Oh no! Ah! Ooh, ah. Every time! I know, right? Don't worry, it's happening! Listen, I'll do my... Now here's the question. Do I finish Poppy and prototype sketch I started earlier today? Yes. Now here's the thing. I will do my proper intro momentarily when the ads are done. we will do that in a second. Stick around for the ad break, folks. You can't hear me, but stick around. I have this set so that pre-roll won't happen. Ooh, ah! I'm receiving word from God right now. Also, I think the game is wrong. It's Mask of the Rose. It's Mask of the Rose. Is it now? I did change it. Is it now? Is it yet? Okay, good. Finally. Okay, so here's the thing. I'm operating from OBS, and when I hit done, it goes stream information saved, and it shows me the game has changed. I changed the game, I hit done, I told you guys I was doing that and everything, and I did do it. It did not update appropriately. I'm just gonna press it a bunch of times. Next time this happens, we're just gonna press it until Val tells me it's fixed. I'm sorry. I was playing Animal Crossing earlier. For what it's worth. Oh no, OBS, why would you do this to me? OBS or Twitch or whoever's doing this to me, why would you do this to me? 9 seconds left by the by, chat. Fractals are done! Good luck packing stuff! Then you can move! Alright, welcome back, everybody! And welcome in, Raiders! For those of you that don't know, I'm Fiera Luna, and I play games on the internet. I am a 4-centimeter tall Dumbo octopus living in the Horatio Lear Memorial Aquarium, and streaming is my enrichment. I am here almost every day, well, basically every day, unless I'm sick or dying or something special's happening. And I'm only 2 of those things usually, so it's fine. Let's see. I play a lot of different games. We start the day with some Animal Crossing to force me to play Animal Crossing every day because I like it. And I want to be able to play it, and it's almost cherry blossom season. And when it is cherry blossom season, we're going to be playing nothing but Animal Crossing for like a week. Because I need those recipes, chat. I need those beautiful pink recipes. Wah! Currently, what we're playing is Mask of the Rose. We are almost done. This is a visual novel based in the world of Fallen London. Fallen London is a browser game. Long story, very, very, very short. In the Victorian era, Queen Victoria was like, yes. I don't want my husband to die. I love him very much. Time to sell the city to bat monsters. And then the city went under the ground. And it's run by bat monsters now. It's fine. It's fine. It's $18.99 for like the 4th time currently in the browser game. This game takes place during the fall, right after the fall of London. The browser game takes place approximately 30 to 40 years afterwards. It's got a bunch of eldritch horror shenanigans. But I like it. It's a story-driven game, so it's a lot of it is it's primarily text-based. But it is still very fun, and I enjoy it a lot. When we're done with this game, we're gonna play Sunless Sea. That's okay. Get you some sleepy beepies. Make you bed. Yeah, you guys know the deal. You guys know the deal. There's a lot of self-care and all that stuff that goes into after stream. Gotta use the eepity beepities. 6 a.m. The screaming has mostly stopped. That's true. 6 a.m. Mostly, but not entirely. London still has places that there will be screaming. It's okay. I have a statue now. I stopped Jack. Ew. I'm so sorry. I know what retail's like. I didn't do very long in retail, but I know what it's like. I also did my time in food service. In Canada, we have Tim Hortons. And everybody does their time. That's why we all go there. Because we know. The octopus worked retail. Did you pull an Octodad? I just grabbed cool staff and we went so that I could do that. I was sneaky. Also, I've been known to listen. It's a long story, but I've been known to perhaps ratatouille a human or two. This is normal and fine and normal practice. It's not just for making delicious food. You can get up there and ratatouille a human for many reasons. Also, I'm very small, so I'm good at getting into small places. Yes, go get you some rest. Octotouille. Yeah! Only one statue? Child's play. I'm new at this. Alright, we hydrate as chat demands. Yeah. And a big stretch. Big stretch. And yes, I am game to do some yapping later. There will be adventure. Wait. Oh, I gotta post. It's my birthday soon. And staff decided I needed enrichment. So they gave me a bag full of things to unwrap. And they said that will probably take you all the way up until your birthday. And I said, I don't think that's true. But they're right. I've been unwrapping like 2 things a day tops. I'm trying so hard. But, chat, as you know, I am an octopus and I don't have fingernails. So getting under the tape is tricky. I'm trying, though. Since I don't want to rip everything open with my mouth, because that's weird. And I don't want to scratch anything inside. What if my Radula scratches something? I don't want that. That's also weird. So I got a bunch of stuff, and I'm unwrapping it slowly, but it's working. Anyway, we were doing a trial. Remember how I said we'll probably finish this tonight? Maybe we would have, but I got sidetracked so good. At any rate, this devil appears to have been a regular visitor. I call to the stand the Reverend Theophilus Withernwick. Mr. Withernwick, I understand you have some expertise in devils? Yes. Do you believe a devil might tempt someone to behave as they otherwise would not? No. No. The faults in our souls are our own. A devil can at most bring out what is already latent within. But might a devil encourage, say, a young woman to commit an act of violence? He might. But if she did such an act, it would still be her sin. In this matter, the law is perhaps more forgiving than the Church. Members of the jury, you must consider whether Milton was an accomplice to Miss Riley or a co-conspirator. The state of Miss Riley's soul is for other authorities than ourselves. If, in fact, she still possesses a soul. Thank you, Reverend Witherwick. Wait, but Milton should be here. Should not Milton be here? Grisps! I've been grisped. Yules? Oh, alright, good night. You gotta get, yes, all the hugs, every hug. Right, back to voicing the judge.
We have heard the argument of the prosecution. We will now hear from the defense. Milton? Chad!
true, Val. You're stuck with us forever. Forever. Chat Milton is the defense. What a twist! Darn right. You got adopted. Stream chat is supposed to be happy and silly. It is! You got adopted! Congrats! I'll pick you up from the airport. Got love done! Okay, where was I? Right, I was getting Milton's accent out. I decided all the devils need to be Southern on account of the devil went down to Georgia. I have it on good authority that he was looking for a soul to steal because he was in a bind and he was way behind and he was looking to make a deal. I feel like he shouldn't... I feel like when he came upon a young man's son on a fiddle and playing it hot, he should not, in fact, have jumped up on a hickory stump and said, boy, let me tell you what. Because, like, you cannot play a fiddle better than that. Just trust me. Especially if his fiddle is actually made of gold. There is nothing in that song to suggest that the fiddle he is playing is made of gold. However, if the fiddle he is playing is made of gold, it would have such terrible sound quality. It would be so bad. For so many reasons. Gold wouldn't even hold tension in the strings. And that's if the strings themselves aren't made of gold, in which case, what are you doing? They would fall apart immediately. So it would be a bad fiddle, is what I'm saying. Right, where was I? Oh yes, members of the jury. Fiddle made of gold sucks so bad at playing. I know, right? This is why he has to cheat. And we know that he cheats because I have it on good authority there too. That the devil still cheats and wins more souls. And far away in some dark recess, the Lord and the devil are now playing chess. The devil still cheats and wins more souls. And as for the Lord, he is just doing his best. Which I think is really funny. The idea of that. I was like, okay, listen. Why do you suggest? Why do you suggest this? Why is the devil, like, coming across as, like, this super powerful dude who's just like, I'm so good at cheating? And, like, you've got, like, a random human playing against it. Like, a power level of a random human playing against him. And I'm just like, come on, fellas. This does not gel with your ideas. But whatever. Right, speaking of devils.
Members of the jury, I have behaved as I have behaved, from the motives of hell, which I do not expect you to comprehend. But I will explain myself, and then I will engage a human to interpret for you what I have done. David Landau died by the fumes of some arsenical candles. Phoebe Riley, you made the candles following a household hint for candles that would burn brighter and more cheaply.
Yes.
You had, initially, no idea that they might make anyone ill. And, in fact, the Landau household all used the candles for a long time.
Yes.
During that time, David Landau fell subject to headaches and digestive ailments. Did you think that might have to do with the candles?
Not till you pointed it out to me. There are all sorts of sicknesses down here.
Now, sometime later, I became familiar with the household and and observed its peculiarities. In particular, I noticed that Miss Riley was deeply unhappy, weren't you?
I suppose so.
You were in love with your employer, and you had some hope he reciprocated. But it became clear that his interest in you had been temporary.
Yes.
And then, Miss Riley, you happened to confide in me when you were worried David Landau might return to the surface.
You seemed like you wouldn't tell anyone.
No, and I didn't tell anyone, Miss Riley, until now. But we have reached a point where frankness might spare your neck. Do you remember what I said to you then?
You said that if David, so to speak, died in a harmless way, it wouldn't last long and he'd come back spry and well again, with nothing wrong with him except that he'd be cured of wanting the surface.
Ah, you were truthful up until that last moment, Phoebe. Care to try again?
With nothing wrong with him except, well, that he couldn't go back to the surface. I suppose you didn't say he'd stopped wanting to.
No, I didn't say that. But we all of us want things now and then that we can't have.
I am not sympathetic to this woman, and it sucks, but... So here's the thing. Like I said, I'm out here playing as Andre. I am not sympathetic to this woman personally. Andre has a lot more sympathies than I do. So I'm trying to decide if... I think politeness would win out. There is a very real part of him that would be like, oh, that's... Oh, no. Don't like that for her. Hi, Black Sniper, welcome in! We're doing the trial part.
I do not stir in my seat. The others in the room share the same solemn excitement.
We're doing the trial part. Last time we didn't do it. We just got Archie off the hook by being like, Parliament!
Phoebe, you thought you would be guaranteed Mr. Landau's presence. And I suspect that the experience of death might have a clarifying effect on Mr. Landau's indecisive ethical mechanisms. I may have overestimated his capacity for the revitalization that death affords. But I observed that he wished and intended to do well, and gave himself great pain guessing at a moral course. And yet the result was an obnoxious indecision that troubled him and everyone around him. He desired and in some sense loved his housekeeper. He knew he had transgressed his own code in seducing her. If he had only had to face social disapproval, including most powerfully that of his sister, he might have gone ahead.
Oh, I'm curious. I want to see what David's doing.
David has taken off his glasses and is polishing them, a frown between his brows. He is not looking at either Milton or Phoebe, but he is not denying anything either.
I mean, they could go back to the surface at great cost, but it's highly unlikely. Yeah, that's true. As I'm given to understand, from Sunless Sea at least, you can sometimes go back to the surface for short, very short periods and with great cost. As I'm also given to understand, if you're in London for too long, you can't go back to the surface at all. You'd go insane or die about it. And if you've died in the Neath, then the Neath is all that's keeping you alive. You get to 8 wounds down here, you're stuck.
But he also knew that he and Miss Riley were unequally matched. Not only in class and religion, in education and position, but in the deeper resources of character.
Oh, thank you kindly.
David Landau entirely lacked the wellspring of hope that lives in Miss Riley. He knew that he might not be content with her as a wife. He told himself that meant she would not be happy with him as a husband. He was almost certainly wrong. Phoebe's affection and her capacity for contentment are greater than Mr. Landau can easily imagine. It would not have insulted her if he'd gone on consulting his sister, rather than his wife in matters of business. It would not have dented her joy if, as a family, they had avoided any social gatherings where they might be snubbed. She might have had a flicker of doubt if he had asked her to convert from her own faith to his.
No, I wouldn't have cared. I'd have done that for him, even that. I don't know, Phoebe. He'd have to refuse you 3 times. You gotta really want it. Just trust me. Oh yes, for those of you wondering, because sometimes, especially when I'm playing Fallen London, I demonstrate that I have a great deal of knowledge about human religions and philosophies and stuff. For those of you wondering, I'm an octopus. And not a human. I think your human mythologies and religions and gods and things are neat. But I continue to be an atheist. Yeah, there's 2 ways to go up permanently. First, Hesper... we'll get that. I will do it. I know what the Hesperides are. Hesperidian cider, which will cost you several arms, legs, and other miscellaneous organs. Yeah! Or by or Lily Bomb, but that's in the very distant future. Oh no. Or by positing the parts of yourself that would kill you if you returned to the surface. Yeah, you can just pop them away. There's Ruth in the Bible, isn't there? God doesn't think ill of those who would take up the faith of their family. Though I asked Rachel once, not saying why, just inquiring if there was a like thing to baptism before becoming Jewish. She said they don't much look to have converts as a rule. That's true. You can, once again, you can convert. It's just really hard, and you don't... poisoning the parts of yourself that would kill you. Yeah, of course. It's one of the very few religions that you don't see a lot of conversions to. You can. It's also incredibly difficult, and, like... that's just how she is. I'd have done it, though, if he'd asked me. But you've ruined that for certain now. He'll not love me now that I've killed him. How could he? I have no judgment in this matter. The fact that he's alive is weird enough. I have no judgment in this, although I do think David is a bit... David's one of those people that's very steadfast and firm in his morals once he knows what those morals are. But he also strikes me as one of those people who's really torn up when he feels like he wants to break a rule, but, like, shouldn't or can't. And so he has to find some way of, like, resolving the cognitive dissonance of good people do X, I want to do Y, but I'm a good person. That cognitive dissonance of good people would want to do X, I want to do Y, but I'm a good person is so hard to solve. Anyway, vibing. We're just gonna vibe down here. I observe and do not commit myself to any particular view.
That remains to be seen, but let us stick to the matter of the case. Phoebe decided to kill her employer, slightly, impermanently, and with the greatest affection.
You didn't tell me how it would feel.
Well, no one could have told you that. In any case, members of the jury, you should also know that Phoebe did not have the means to kill, even with her candles. They were too weak, they burned too fast, they did not give enough poisonous fumes. That is where I provided some assistance. I know a sigil that, written in the wax of a candle, will prolong its burning and strengthen its fire. So I inscribed all the candles meant for David Landau's bedroom.
Applaud, Milton! No, we are still...
Were you surprised when David died, Phoebe?
I was a bit. I didn't think it would work. I don't think I could have done it if I did think it would work, to tell the truth. Then I thought he'd come back right away, which he didn't.
Thank you, Phoebe. For my part, I was alarmed that the family buried Mr. Landau so quickly. I was aware of the burial custom, but I also knew that dreams were coming to Londoners, warning them of the danger of premature burial. I therefore disinterred Mr. Landau and put him in a safe place to await his return. Mr. Landau, if you would. Where did you return to life, Mr. Landau? I was on a bench in a mausoleum building adjoining the graveyard. Did you not wonder how you got there? I wondered about everything. That question was the very smallest of the mysteries. And if I meant to be grateful after you killed me in the first place. No, I still don't expect you to understand that what I've done for you. Never mind, Mr. Landau. As for Mr. Landau's grave, I knew there was some chance his family would revisit it. Disinterring people had become faddish in London as the dreams against burial spread. So I placed in his grave a simulacrum grown in the swamps of the Lilymire, a false David to pacify anyone who looked for him.
Yes, I'm so good at this! I knew he was a fake. Also, in case you're wondering where the dreams are coming from, it's almost certainly Mr. Mirrors, but it might be Mr. Well, I was going to say it might be Mr. Spices, but because he does do that. All of the masters can send dreams, but my general opinion is that it's Mr. Mirrors sending out the dreams to not bury people. Then again, I don't know much about Mr. Mirrors. I know Pages and I know Spices. Technically, my character doesn't know that Spices is responsible for Jack. Because I was more interested in stopping Jack. But I do, because I was in the wiki. Though I did stop Jack. Very pleased with myself. But yeah, right. Words.
It will have decayed by now. Whatever your reasoning, you appear to have confessed to every matter in consideration. I have admitted being the cause of these events, but neither the mens rea nor the actus reus was present for murder. I did not kill David Landau in a permanent fashion, nor did I intend to. Assault, then. Refinement, education. For devils to die is to be reborn, and be reborn is a sacred and consequential thing. I no more assaulted David Landau than a surgeon would have done operating on a diseased limb.
Nonsense!
For my final witness, I call Theophilus Withenwick in my defense.
You'll learn more about mirrors. You'll get to it. Oh, okay. Currently, I am getting to a submarine. I also have access to Parabola. But I'm working on saving up money so I can build up my camp defenses. I'm also currently embroiled in the War of Illusion. But I think that's part of one of my making my name things. And I don't know if I've actually completed any of those. Oh no, wait, I completed the shadowy one. And I think I finished the dangerous one. I'm hunting monsters for Mr. Inch, but I don't think I actually quite finished it. I think there's something else I need to do. No, maybe. I bred a Hound of Heaven. I'll look that up later. I kept one. I bred one for myself after I bred the first one. I bred one for me. He's a cutie. He's a little snake friend. I love him. I asked him if there was infernal shenanigans going on, and he sniffed and flicked his little tongue and was like, nope, nothing here, boss. I love him. He's just a little guy. I want to name that snake.
Theophilus Withenwick, you are a vicar. You've been a staunch opponent of devils. Yes. You object to the idea of devils abstracting souls, I believe? Very strongly. I put it to you, however, that you have seen several instances in which a devil's intervention has led to much greater self-knowledge. I'm not sure that's why you've done what you've done. There's no need to speculate about our motives. I only ask about the effects. Would you say you know yourself better for having met the face of hell?
Blip. We'll support our churchmen.
Yes. Perhaps even that devils reveal to people what sermons and psalms cannot. They might, but you won't get me to say your way is the best way or the only way. Or that you do any right to poison anyone. Or to lead Phoebe Riley to a path she regrets. But your God did permit the devil to visit Job, and he had a purpose in doing so, as your own scripture says.
I'm sorry, chat. I need to tell you a story now. So I know that when you see the word Job, you are immediately being like, why is this guy named Job? And that's fair. It's because he's a career jobber. He gets rewarded for it. Mark another tally on the storytime board. Yeah, I know, right? One of these days we're gonna have a stream that it's all gonna be story time. All of it, the whole thing. So there is a phrase. It's a Job healer. It's a very old-fashioned way to say that someone is pretending to help you, while in fact they are actually sabotaging you. If you don't know the story of Job, the Coles Notes or the Sparks Notes or whatever, the very short story, is once upon a time there was a guy, he had it pretty good, and the adversary was like, yo, Abrahamic God, that guy sure does like you. And the Abrahamic God was like, yeah, he definitely does. And the adversary was like, you know, I think that's because nothing bad's ever happened to him. I bet he'd be like, oh, I curse your name if anything ever bad happened to him. And the Abrahamic God was like, no, that's ridiculous. And the adversary was like, all right, I guess if you're chicken. And then he took that bet, and then he took everything from Job, left him like a leper in the streets. Family, things, people, everyone he cared about. Like, he was homeless. He was, like, dying of disease. And he still refused, and he was at, like, rock bottom. And he was still like, God's great. Whatever's happening is probably happening for a reason, and it's fine. He's cool. He'll see fit to fix this. He's cool, and I'm never going to renounce that. And then he got back 3 times the things he had before, which I'm like, that's cool and all, but like, he still lost an entire family. Wives and children and all that. Like, he still lost all those people. Anyway, a Job healer is someone who pretends to heal you even though they're sabotaging you, and it comes from that story of basically being pretend healed. Because the idea is being sabotaged under the guise of, no, it's helping. It's definitely helping. I'm sure Milton will tell us the story, just in case we don't know. He is a devil, though. He will tell it in the way he wants to.
I find that text vexing, sir.
Yeah, most people do. See, the thing about the Book of Job is that, the thing about it is that it portrays a very different idea of the Abrahamic God than most people are okay with. Because that story would be more at home in, like, Greek mythology or Roman mythology. That would be much more at home in those places, which makes sense because, to be fair, the book was, well, that book was written before that. But, like, it does track with the ideas of the time. It's just these days when people see it, they're like, they have the same problem with Jonah and the whale. But that's their problem. Right, what was I doing? Oh, yeah.
No doubt. Thank you, Mr. Withenwick. You may go.
I think Milton should have... I think Milton would have been better off with Jonah and the whale, but Job's also a fine pick for this, and he's a devil. Who knows?
Did Phoebe really have reason to be vexed with me? Phoebe Riley had reason to be vexed with me. I treated her as no housekeeper should be treated, and afterward I expected her to resume her duties in an ordinary way. I disturbed the structure of our household, and I did not restore it to its proper form.
Do you mean to imply, Mr. Landau, that... Sorry, I gotta get the judge.
Do you mean to imply, Mr. Landau, that Miss Riley would have been justified in murdering you? I mean to imply that her situation was untenable, and mine as well, if I am truthful. Members of the jury, you have heard the argument. An extraordinary argument, but an argument nonetheless. Now you must make a judgment. Was a murder done here? Was it only an accident? Or has the prosecution entirely failed to make its case? If you cannot convict beyond a reasonable doubt, then you must not convict at all. It's a very long time before they come back. An agonizing time.
We gotta wait!
Finally, the court returns. The jury proclaims Archie to be not guilty, but as to Phoebe and Milton, they are both found guilty, and of deliberate murder. Phoebe Riley and Milton, it is now my duty to sentence you. You've been found guilty of murder, a crime that carries the punishment of death by hanging. My lord, I am grateful for this opportunity. My previous death was not satisfactory. I would be glad to make another attempt, especially if you would be so good as to sentence only me. So you take responsibility? All the responsibility in the world. No one would have died without my intervention. I was the tempter and the instrument. I don't suppose you'd allow me to borrow your wig for my last days. No, I would not. Shame. In hell it is a courtesy to lend your friends a little aspect of yourself before they die. You and I, Mr. Milton, do not share an amicable relationship. No, a shame. There is something to admire in your rude forensic craft. Nonetheless, send me out as a phoenix to his pie. Gather the cinnamon and the Indian peppercorns. The hangman relies only upon a rope. No fire is involved. Attend the spectacle, my lord. I think you will find it satisfactorily flammable.
Oh, nope, nothing there. I was just checking. Archie should be home. Chad, Archie should be home. Well, I cannot quite believe it. I'm free of the ungulate, not to be executed, not to have my good name turned into mud. I can't thank you enough, my friend. Just he can finally shave. You know what? It's Andre. He's a sweetheart, but he's not.
London's best off without Milton whispering in people's ears.
Aye, it seems so. Come on now. I could even return to the surface and look for my family again. Come on, brain, you can do this. Fun fact, I weekly prosecute for devils to get my making waves up. Yes! Good! Currently, the fastest way for me to get making waves up is either to do a heist and then stick around after I have a prize achieved and then just keep heisting a little bit, like keep doing stuff. Or the 50-cent shuffle. Where I do the conversions. Alright, we hydrate as chat demands. And the reason that the 50-cent shuffle works so well for me is because I went to Polythreme with a prisoner's mask, with several prisoner's masks, wandered through Polythreme and got so many correspondence plaques. I drowned in correspondence plaques. And I just shuffle them into things and then making waves happens to me. Anyway, we hydrate as chat demands. Alright. Big stretch. Yeah. Oof. We'll do some twists. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Oh, you. Okay, there we go. Boy, oh boy, oh. Boy. I could eat. Archie, you're. I gotta get to the Scots. I could even return to the surface and look for my family again.
Down here, your Theriac of Mithridates worked. You can learn new things on doctoring that you never knew.
Perhaps David Landau would get his transport working after all. And give me a ride to the surface. Oh, Archie, you can't go back. Before Milton's execution, we perform the rite to prepare his false body. Hey, Barkatine! Sorry, honey. It is set out in a room of the Devil's Townhouse, and we are permitted to visit in one by one to partake of the rite.
The rites are very precise. I doubt you will do them correctly. I have dressed a corpse before. Recently. In fact, I cannot think why you have come. You were not invited, were you? Did you invite yourselves? You did not know Tulchi in his days of power. You cannot restore to him anything that he misses. I like to think London taught him about subtle shades, about nuance. From our brief acquaintance, I imagined that was not among the literary gifts of the Fourth City. It is not of interest. Ah, I am needed in the next room. I will try to leave things in a state that you cannot ruin when it is your turn. Though London will flatten anything.
Did do that!
Strange woman. I liked her. Or at least, it was easier when she was here.
Easier for Rachel and Phoebe not to look at one another, she means. Look at all these avoid! Avoid talking about murders, avoid talking about trials, avoid talking about doomed love affairs. We'll start with talking about trials. Andre, do your best, buddy. Avoid talking about bodies being washed for the grave. He's doing so bad at this.
Why did Milton ask us here? Doesn't he want to make his own death and rebirth to his own liking? It is meant to look like a concession, all the while requiring us to think about him even more than we already have. But I could not quite bring myself to say no.
What do you mean to add, Phoebe? Well, I want to ask him, the living Milton, about something he did before. And if he explains himself, then I'll know what to write. What he did? When everyone else was out, he embraced me once and let me call him by David's name and tell him I loved him. What a vile play. Was that before or after he told you how to poison my brother to death? The girls are fighting! I feel like I should interrupt, but I also know that we're friends with Rachel today. We're letting her go. I think he felt sorry for me. When you say he embraced you, how far did that go? What, are you jealous now? Angry he might have touched me more than he ever touched you. The responses! Definitely interrupt. Chad, are we curious too? To be fair, I am, but Andre is not. He would definitely interrupt here. I am okay. I have many characters who would not interrupt this scene and just be like, "Oh, the girls are fighting." Okay. Actually, no, I lied. I have two characters I can think of off the top of my head who, at this point, would get to this point in the first place. And at this point would be presented with definitely interrupt, and I'm curious myself. The thing is, Callahan's not curious about this. He knows how it's going. He has a pretty good idea of how it's going to play out, but he'd let it play out anyway because he's not getting in. Interrupting women's matters is not his not his thing. He's just like, yeah, that's not for me. I have nothing to do with that conversation. I'm leaving it alone. Though to be fair, he might interrupt to save Rachel's to save Rachel from behaving super badly. That's not impossible. But he's also not family of hers, so it would kind of depend. It's a weird situation where, like, nobody's here to interrupt on her behalf except for him, and he's just like, I don't think that's really my place. Meanwhile, the only other person who would get to this point is Hayes, and he'd just be like, well, the girls are fighting. See how this goes. Bold move. Let's see how it plays out for him. Like, until there's hair pulling, he's just like, yeah, they can do what they want. They can be snippy if they want to. But chat's curious, so we're just gonna, like, let this go. I am trying to measure the extent of the betrayal. It goes all the way to the horizon in every direction, it seems. There is no horizon. We live in a cave. I'm being called. I hope the writing implement is sharp enough to gouge in what I need Milton to remember in its next sulphurous life. I need to ask him whether he was playing at affection for my sake, or if it was for his own. I can't change my own fate, but if it's possible to change his, then I'll write that he one day comes to rest like a stone in grass. And that he finds an affection he can trust. I'm not supposed to come back this way after I've touched the false corpse. But I had to. Well, I'm sorry. For that display just now, and for everything else. I think I understand. And I can't endure understanding. Not yet. Rachel is a romance writer. Maybe when I've written out my own anger and sorrow, maybe then I'll be ready for Phoebe and Milton's and my brother's. It may be some years. That's the thing. Rachel is a romance writer. She writes doomed romances and stuff like this all the time. This wouldn't be out of place in one of her books. Finally, my own turn comes, in a room hot with the scent of spices. Milton is waiting for me. The traveler is returning home. I like that. This is my judgment on him. Andre wouldn't. This is nothing. The traveler is returning home is absolutely where he'd go. The phrase strays through my thoughts like a recollected dream and is gone. Milton is hanged in the morning a few days later. The delay allows broadsheets to announce the spectacle of a devil being hanged. There's some skepticism here. What difference can it make whether the hanged is human or infernal? But the rope is woven of silver cords, sigil-stamped talismans are knotted into it, and jade and lapis and carnelian. Warehouses were ransacked for the raw materials of his execution. They say he hangs for a long time, not dying though his neck is at the wrong angle. They say his body tears open in the end, and its contents scream into the sky. I promised him I would not go, and I cannot break the promise. Even if I wish to, it is not possible. Life is quieter after the trial, at least for a time. Christmas Day comes and goes. Which is good, because Andre hates Christmas. Pale flakes fall across London. They aren't exactly snow. Grizz's work at the ministry becomes more intense, more demanding. And soon we are coming up on the 1-year anniversary of the fall. 1 year since February. It doesn't feel right to call this month February again. February 2! February Boogaloo. 1 day remains in the season of the rose. I gotta put... Oh, I should put a mask on. Let's put the corsage. Good where I'm at. We're near on 1 year since the fall. And whatever may have been, we're not going back to the surface. We might not go back. But there may be good things yet to come. We don't know all the possibilities of the Neve. Horatia touches my shoulder. Have you seen the decorations going up around the city? I can only see a little from my window. That's as close as she comes these days to speaking of the outside. The city is decorated for a feast of lovers and romance. London's decorated for a celebration. It looks like a coronation or a royal wedding. There's bunting and false flowers and signs in the shop windows. They're calling it the Feast of the Exceptional Rose. Oh, the fungal rose, more like. I gotta acquire a mask. The Feast of the Rose is upon us, and there are certain sartorial requirements. Get your masks here! A gift from the Exceptional Rose! Or a choice of them, in fact. And if you have a score to settle with anyone, I can help you with that too for a small consideration. Something rotten to an individual you don't fancy. Ooh, Andre will take a more severe mask. See, the thing with him is that he's not scary. But the people he goes about with, if they thought he was even the littlest bit soft or delicate, would prey upon that instantly. So he's not scary, but he looks like he should be. This is a man who, if you mistook him for Abel Nightroad of Trinity Blood fame, you wouldn't be... If you mistook him for doing an Abel Nightroad cosplay, he'd be thrilled. He's the typical, you know, long black cloak, cool sword guy. It's a coat, but you know. Long hair, long coat, long sword. Done. I'm not scorning anyone. I would like a more severe mask, though. The austere rose mask. A mask for the Feast of the Rose, suitable for meeting friends, knitting matches, and pursuing deeper connections. Does this suit you then? Yes.
It does, thank you.
You'll be needing it for the festival that's coming. I'm going to ask her about the rose. The exceptional rose? Ah, it grows from the winter ground. There's a fierce little face in the center of it, though. There is. I accept my mask without comment. Wear the mask to the feast, and look for the person you most desire in your future. Friend, lover, spouse-to-be. Perhaps they'll be looking for you in turn. Or go alone and enjoy the crowd. There's something in that, too. Oh! We hydrate as chat demands! So chat, we could have finished this up in like half an hour, but then something happened and I yapped for a lot. But isn't that what we're here for? Perfect. Still wearing my tugs. Who are we looking for? Oh yeah, I was going for... Andre made such good friends with Rachel. Gonna look for David. Yeah, get some good rest. I know, but this is literally the denouement. I make my way through London. Sometimes I still have to rely on memorized pathways or on strange rituals. There's a barricade between Vale Garden and the Stolen River, unless one pays in coin or word. But many of the difficult old streets lie still now. I'm full of curiosity. All of London is out, walking along the Thames, enjoying the feast. Vendors are selling candies and angry bats in cages. Ha! The music is fresh and new. Archie and Harjeet. Nope, I'm good. You guys can carry on. I don't see David at first. I do see other faces in the crowd, though. Others I could stop and speak with before I go, if I choose. Nope, I got places to be. It's the time, chat. David! Oh, I love that mask on him. That's such a good mask choice. Before I speak with David again... I want to win his heart, but we've only flirted so far. Just before I died, I had a plan. Building a passenger line up the Cumaean Canal. I could see the possibilities. It doesn't seem nearly as simple to me now as it did then. I know I won't be able to go back to the surface myself. That's likely so. All the same, there's a place for me. I have the contacts on the surface. I have resources there, which are still mine in title. I know people below. Milton will not be a great help, and I doubt his former colleagues will either. But even so, I still have a great advantage over the average Londoner. I'll hear out what he's up to. I will say, I'm curious about his plans. We're going to divert a little here to be what I'm curious about, because Andre would absolutely be like, you could do a lot of charity with that. There's something to do and something to look forward to again. After the fall, everything seemed suspended, timeless. Like life was already over, but we'd accidentally kept existing. And then after I was murdered, it was hard to stop waiting to be murdered again. Boop. I've begun to have feelings for you. Begun? In London before the fall, love was a thing visible through a screen. What sort of wife could you afford to keep? What was her dowry and her position? Did her family attend the same synagogue as yours? Now, down here, matters work out differently. And I'm not sorry for it. We spent a long time talking about my feelings for him and his feelings for me. And when we each became aware of those inclinations. Rachel's heroines are always discovering they're in love. Typically, they experience the symptoms as a palpitation of the heart at an inopportune moment. Occasionally, they have a revealing dream or experience a surge of jealousy. Always in the past, I've debated with myself endlessly. Do I love this person? Do I not? That's what got you into this mess, David! That is what got you into this mess, sir! Please! In my heart, this man is very gay. It's London, so he could be anything. But in my heart, this man is very gay. Which is why he didn't, like, immediately go right back to a matchmaker and get another wife. Not just devastation at what's-her-face running off. Or is this emotion merely something else? The effects of a rich meal, or gratitude because they love me, or enjoying being in love for itself? But that hasn't served me. Yeah, it got you murdered! So this time I regard it as a matter of decision. I'm in love with you, and I will therefore act accordingly. David! David! Do you... Sir... Sir, I know you have an interest in transportation. Do you perhaps like trains? Should you be checked? Chat? I'm sorry. I know. I'm glad this is how this worked out. I'm glad, like, halfway through the game I was like, I'm gonna marry this man. Does he perchance prefer ponies too? I'm sorry. See, this here is the kind of response that people like would expect from Callahan but wouldn't get, and they'd be confused when they didn't get a response like that. This is wild. I love it. I love it. This man is great. To be fair, the first time I played through this game, before, not on stream, but the first time I played through this game, I was like, I don't know about him. And then I played through the second time and I was like, he's kind of fun, but I'm not courting him, I'm courting Archie. And then this time I was like, Andre would be into it. He'd go for it. And I'm glad he did. I'm so glad this was how it worked out. With this very, like, slow build-up. Like, what's ostensibly a very, very slow build-up. Because Andre is one of those people who's like, I think I'm in love with this person, but also... I don't know if I want that. I'm scared. He doesn't do very well with it. The tale of the Devil's Hanging is told in London for many years in tones of varying horror and awe. It becomes a popular subject of pantomimes. The stage performance is done with a puppet stuffed with bees, and a firework on stage. Stuffed with bees, you say? Those who saw the hanging themselves have more varied recollections. Some insist that there were rubbery men in the crowd, and that the devil's remains were carried away by tentacled pallbearers. Others that the ground was covered in an amber residue, or that a silver tree grew from the devil's blood. I do not see Milton again, but I hear rumors of a volcanic birth far out to Z. The seawater boiled from the depths, and the infant devil burned on the water. Stories I cannot interpret or substantiate. As for the rubbery men, they are seen more and more openly in London streets. They are not always well received, their language is not understood, and their etiquette is strange. But Badachikin progresses faster than the others, and leads them in the way. In a decade or two, their features have become more human and their eyes more knowing. Oh! Ascension of the Chain! The sigil may be interpreted as encountering the same circumstances as an old regret and choosing otherwise. All the possible beginnings of this story are open to you now. Start again and you may find a very different ending to record on the flank of the bazaar. Anyway, you guys know the deal. We watch the credits on this channel. I'm delighted. I love this game a lot. We're going to play, I think, we are going to play Sunless Sea. It's been a long time since I've touched Sunless Sea, so I might end up restarting my game completely. But we are going to play it. It is a delight. The plot of Sunless Sea is you are a ship captain. You are sailing the Z. And it is a roguelite. Most things are in roughly the same direction as most other things. Or like as where they should be, but they are slightly out of place quite often. For instance, if you sail south, you will eventually find the false sun. If you sail very far east, you will eventually find the Khanate. Other stuff like that. If you sail around Wolfstack Docks, you'll find like places like Hunter's Keep and Mutton Island. Things like that. And if you sail north, well, you'll find the tomb colonies, and if you sail very far north, it gets cold and you'll find the Avernian Gate, which goes, who knows where it goes, it doesn't matter. Shut up and stop asking about where the Avernian Gate goes, it doesn't go anywhere. It goes to an endless Z. And if you sail north, you sure do go north. Anyway, don't seek the name. I started to, and then it hurt. And then it hurt too bad, and then I stopped. I was like, nope, I don't have enough stats to damage today. I'm not seeking the name. And then I didn't. I don't need to know. Don't need to know that bad. Someday I'll need to know that bad. It'll be really funny. Someday I'll need to know that bad, and what will happen is I'll actually complete the quest, and my character will be rendered permanently unusable, and I'll take a screenshot and be like, ha ha ha, I did it! But for now, I'm gonna get my submarine. Oh! You got your Pokemon White save back! Sweet! I'm glad it was restorable. What happened to it? Where did it go? Did you eat it? Did I eat it? I don't eat save files, but what if I did? I've eaten a lot of weird things. I went north and I returned... I went north and all I returned with was a crummy knock. True. New shirt idea just dropped. Going north in Fallen London is the equivalent of turning left in that thing that all y'all. Only it's worse. Anyway, we'll play Sunless Sea. Oh, you know what? I haven't gotten the Submariner expansion pack for it yet. I should. I want that capybara. Wait, no. No, wait, I'm right. The guinea pig. The conquistador guinea pig. We're gonna be friends, me and that conquistador. Anyway, it is now closing time, and we hope you enjoyed your visit to the octopus enclosure. I did see the thing the U's were into, and it's actually really good, and I liked it a lot. I hope there's more. We are going on a little adventure. Where will we go? It is a mystery. There's so many people on tonight. How am I gonna pick? Oh, I know how we're gonna pick. Esme's playing Nier. That's it for tonight, everybody. I will see you all tomorrow. Thanks for playing along with me. It's adventure time. Let's go.